you. From Washington State. I guess I gotta, emphasize that. I'm not from Washington, D.C. It's like New Coke kind of a thing, I guess. I'm from Original Coke is where I'm from, I guess. Tonight's actually my wife's birthday tonight, and she's here in the audience with me. I did not get her a present. I brought her to this. That's what I did. So I'm giving her the gift of laughter. No exchanges on that. All right? Terms. I can tell I'm getting old because I just refused a beer because it'll make me sleepy. I said this out loud. When did that happen? I remember when I used to be able to drink 2 beers in a row without throwing up until the next morning. Like, that's how my college years went right there. Remember that? I like, one of the things I like about getting older, being an adult, is I get to do all the things I never got to do when I was a kid. Like quitting. Have you heard of this? Anybody? Did you know that if you suck at playing baseball, that you can just stop playing baseball and you can go home and not play baseball anymore? Because I didn't know that was an option when I was a kid. No one told me I could do that. So I quit everything now. Just quitting stuff left and right, making up for lost time. Or as I like to call it, preemptive failing. That's the way I think about it. It's a little more palatable right there. I'm this close just walking off the stage right now. Basically what I'm driving at with that. Right there. I like doing this, but I like quitting a whole lot more. It's a lot more fun, that's for sure. Ever take a nap just because you don't want to be awake anymore? Anybody else do that? Like you're not even tired, you just don't want to exist for like 20 or 30 minutes in the middle of the day? You ever taken a nap like an hour after waking up in the morning? Ever done one of those? Just like a false start? Just like need a do-over? You're like, that did not go well. Let's try this again, because this is not going to go well. I don't know. I once took a nap because I didn't want to make myself lunch. That was the reason I took a nap, everybody. Right there. I could have made myself lunch, but instead I decided to take a nap and hope that when I woke up later, maybe someone would be there to make me dinner. That's what I was thinking about when I could do that. I went out to dinner with some friends of mine recently. We went to a Chinese restaurant. At the end of dinner, you get your little fortune cookies with the little fortunes in there. Everybody was opening their fortune cookies. They were all getting fortunes, saying very optimistic, very inspirational things. And then I opened my fortune, and it was neither of those. My fortune just said, "You will have new shoes today." That was my fortune, everybody. And it didn't say that I was going to buy new shoes, but I was even going to get new shoes. I was just going to have new shoes at some point in the day. Like, it wasn't really a fortune, it was more like a paradox. Like, I got a paradox cookie. So I was like, how could I have new shoes if I never bought new shoes? Like, how does this work? I also got a fortune one time that said this. I opened it up. It said, it can't rain all the time. It could be better, but it's good enough. What the hell kind of fortune is that going on? Should I kill myself now, or do I need to wait till the check comes? Like, what was going on there? That fortune might as well have just said, meh. Life ain't that great. Deal with it. Your lucky number is 0. Like, deal with it. I was watching TV the other day. I saw a commercial on TV come on. And in the commercial, there was footage of like a water skiing baby in it. I don't know if anybody's seen this commercial. It was like a real water skiing baby. Like the parents or something had built like a little contraption so like the baby could steady itself or whatever. And at the bottom of the screen, and I'm not making this up, in tiny writing it just said, "Do not attempt professional baby." Like, can you be a professional at something if you have no idea you're doing it? Because that baby had no idea it was water skiing, like, at all. I wouldn't even call that water skiing. It was really just dragging a baby around behind a boat. That's really all it was. Nice try, people, calling it skiing. Speaking of babies, I just recently became a father. Everybody, thank you. That's right, I made a person, everybody. I don't know what anybody else has been up to lately, but I literally made a human being. Before that, the greatest thing I ever made was a sandwich. So let's hope I'm better at making people than I am at making sandwiches, because I'm not a good sandwich maker, like at all. No. You also get to name your baby, which I think is pretty fun. Like, I got to do that. My son's name is Optimus Prime. So I get to do that. So, no. I think it's crazy, actually, that I got to name my son. Like, shouldn't he be able to, like, give himself his own name at some point? Like, that's weird to me that I named him. Like, my son's actual name is Flynn. And I named him after the character Kevin Flynn from the movie Tron. And that's not even my favorite movie. Like, that's just a movie. He has to live with that name for the rest of his life. Just because I kind of like an obscure 80s sci-fi movie with electric frisbees in it. Like, that's his name forever. Just because I saw that movie one time. That's all it is. Right there. Before my son was born, I was never worried about having an ugly baby. I was, however, worried that I was going to have an ugly baby and not know that I had an ugly baby. Because when you have an ugly baby, no one tells you that you have an ugly baby. You have no idea. I don't know if you knew this, but thousands of ugly babies go undiagnosed every year for just this reason. Like, every parent thinks that their baby is like the cutest baby in the world. None of them thinks that, they think their child is beautiful. No parent's coming up to you going, "Hey, you want to see a picture of my daughter Isabella? Yeah, isn't she a dog? I mean, look at her, woof, right? My God, she must get that from her mother's side of the family, I guess. That's what's happening there." I living with my son actually is kind of a little constricting a little bit. It's confining. Like, I haven't gone to a movie in a theater in like 15 months. Like, I've not done that. I also gauge my time in months now, by the way. I'm doing that. And when I do watch a movie, I watch it at home, and it takes me 3 days to watch it because I gotta pause it every time he puts a quarter in his mouth. I got that going on. I'm eating all my dinners over the sink super fast, like I'm in a hot dog eating contest going on there. I got gates everywhere. I'm just blocked in there like I'm in like a steel cage match with the kid, like following him around. I don't remember what any of my friends' names are at all, or what they look like. Like, nothing. Like, living with my son right now, it's like being held hostage by like a mini little terrorist in like Mickey Mouse pajamas. Like, that's who this little guy is. Like, at this point, I can't tell if I actually love my son or if it's just Stockholm syndrome. So what's going on here? I don't know. Like daddy's little captor. Little guy. I recently took a year off actually from doing stand-up to raise my son, and I'm done now. That's it for me. There's not really much else I can do as far as I can tell. I mean, I kept him alive for a year and fed him food and stuff, so I guess it's up to TV now. See how TV raises him, see how he comes out on the other end of that. I'm looking forward to that in 18 years. My wife and I used to we like going to Disneyland a lot. We love going to Disneyland. We've been going there for years. And now that we have a son, we are never going to Disneyland ever again. Ever again. Like, Disneyland would be great if it weren't for all those kids everywhere. Like, am I right? Yeah. I don't know if you've been to Disneyland lately, but there are literally kids on every single ride. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, that's literally true. I've never seen a parent have fun at Disneyland, ever. My entire life. I'm going to Disneyland for 38 years, and never seen a parent have fun there at all. Like, being a parent at Disneyland is like being the designated driver at a party, and your kids are all drunk. Like, that's what you're doing, walking around. Like, you're the sober buzzkill trying to keep everything together while the kids are off screaming at strangers and peeing in the bushes. Like, that's what you're doing as a parent at Disneyland. That's your day, all right? That's what you're doing. I'll end on this. I had a traumatic experience happen to me recently. Put my life into perspective a little bit, and I kind of learned who I am as a person. You know the movie Life of Pi where that boy's trapped in a boat with a Bengal tiger? That exact same thing happened to me, except in my car with a cricket. Yeah, I would say it was actually more terrifying than what that kid went through, because at least that kid didn't have to worry about the tiger crawling down the back of his shirt, okay? Because that is literally terrifying what was going on there. It's actually the scariest thing that ever happened to me in a car, except for the time that I rolled my car into a ditch when I was 16 years old. But that was from a mosquito, so that's warranted. I think that should happen. All right, that's it for me, everybody. I'm Brandon Stewart.